and welcome back to another installment of Baltimore County Forever Podcast. What up, though? This is a fucking episode. It's been a while doing the actual main part of the brand, Baltimore County Forever Podcast. I feel like this is like episode 189 or 190.
189 and 190.
Yeah. So we'll just go with that. I missed you guys sitting in the seat. I love you guys. It's been a while. Like I said, shout out to everybody. Shout out to all the podcasters. Shout out to everybody that's still maintaining their sanity through creativity. Through creative
avenues.
Not avenues, but creative writer's block. At times that occurs. So for me, I'm getting back in the swing of things creatively to try to like really figure out what I want to do and how we will proceed. And it just so happens that we have Cousin Al in the motherfucking building. Is this it? Yes, it is. It's been a while. Don't know what's on this fucking pad anymore.
I know, right?
It's like
you just be pushing buttons.
Is this it? And of course we have the Fiend, Bray Wyatt, in the building. Let's go. This is supposed to be a lantern, but it came in broke. So I got to do like some DIY shit and put like lights in here and shit. But shout out to Bray Wyatt. It's our guest today.
He'll be all right.
Yeah, the nigga cool. So I found out this month is the government has made this month Hip Hop History Month. So accompany that with it being November and Friendsgiving is something that I normally do month long. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do it a month long, but we will figure this the fuck out. But yes, Cousin Al.
Yes.
How you feeling?
I feel great.
So people, I hope that you have caught the recent episode of the Laptop Chronicles, The Great Masturbators, where Cousin Al brings his $80 Fifi on board. Yo, I was sitting at work, I was like, this nigga really brought a Fifi. Now, for those that do not know what a Fifi is, a Fifi is an instrument that niggas in jail use to fuck. They like wrap a towel around a pillow or some shit like that.
It was like, yeah.
And they put some lotion. If you catch $1 million worth of game,
puts the lotion in.
It puts lotion on itself. I bet it does. But if you catch $1 million worth of game, Wallow goes into great detail about what is a Fifi and how to make a Fifi. But he has an $80 Fifi. Can you give the people a synopsis of the most recent episode of the Laptop Chronicles?
Okay, so I decided to do some research for the people, and I went and bought a masturbator to try it out, and it was just an epic fail. And we talk about it, and watching the episode, I realized that maybe we should have talked about it, but it was just something to try. That's, if women can talk about sex toys, so can I.
We are sex positive over here.
Yes.
And what that means is sexual health is very important. It goes beyond just fucking. It's about safe sex. It's about knowing and being comfortable with not only with your partner's body, but your body as well. Oh my God, I sound amazing.
Right.
I sound like an adult. Up top. Hey, yo.
See, it balances it out. I do the wild shit, he does the smart shit. There we go.
And who would have thought that would happen?
But yeah, don't play it around your granny. Don't play it around your kids. It's
no bullshit. Corey gotta leave every time we record this podcast. She's like, what happened? I can't see.
No,
not this one.
No, baby,
not this one, bro. I don't need you ear hustling. I don't need nothing. Girl, my dad got a podcast. They asked her in school, and she was hesitant. They were talking about podcasts, and she was like, my dad has a podcast. And the teacher was like, what's the name of it? And she was like,
smart kid.
Also, County Forever Podcast. And then the teacher's like, oh, I heard of that. Corey was like, she ain't heard of that.
Oh, cool. We'll leave it at that.
Let's keep it that way. I don't need to be at parent teacher conference like, man, y'all niggas was wilding on 175. Yeah. Did you just say niggas, ma'am?
Mr. Corey, we need to step outside and talk.
Niggas going to send them people to the crib. It's like, yo, relax, bro. I know what the fuck I'm doing over here. God damn. But yeah, so like I said, it is National Hip Hop History Month, and if you've been following the brand, every so often we refer to this Chuck D book. Chuck D presents the day in rap and hip hop history. So sometimes we refer to this. So today we will get into we'll pick a year and we'll talk about a year because we got all month for this shit.
Yes.
So
love to see it.
Let's start with some news. Okay, just a couple things. Did you catch Kanye West on Drink Champs?
I saw
any of the clips.
I saw the fallout, and I was going to ask you what it was, but I didn't want to be gossipy.
Mm-hmm.
But I woke up to Just Blaze being real PR, and I didn't know what they were talking about. And then I saw Big Sean tweet that he was hanging out with Kanye the day like after he did the interview, and he was like, yo, this dude didn't say none of that shit to me. And then I kind of put it together that Kanye went off the fucking rails.
Yeah. All right, so we'll start with the Just Blaze. The Just Blaze thing was Nori asked Kanye, would he choose Swiss Beats or Just Blaze? And he chose Swiss Beats because he said Just Blaze is a copycat. He is a copycat, and pretty much he gets credit for the whole blueprint, and Kanye did some of it too. To add salt to that wound, Bink actually said the same thing. He agreed. Which I didn't know it was a thing that people thought Just Blaze ripped off Bink's style of production. I didn't think none of it until I heard Drake's new album. And Drake's new album, he has a song that's produced by Bink featuring Wayne and Rick Ross. And the beat sounds like Lord Knows from Drake's sophomore album, Take Care.
Yep.
And I didn't put two and two together until then. I also did not know until, I want to say 2 months ago, that Bink produced on the blueprint. He did Ruler's Bag. He did about 2 or 3 records.
Okay.
But I think his contribution to the album is overshadowed by the masses because you have a Just Blaze and a Kanye, and they're pretty much just starting their careers, and they got all the limelight. So, Just Blaze was very PR. He understood. He knew how to handle the situation. I never seen Just Blaze really get out of character and stuff like that. So, in the public eye, because I don't know the nigga, but still, like, yeah, it was very interesting how it happened like that.
Part of me, after 808 and Heartbreak, I pretty much saving them taps for later.
Yeah. Shout out to BBWs.
Yes. I kind of got off the Kanye train, and it just seems like things that he does now is so just out there. Now, as far as producers being copycats, especially in that regard, because like you say, they came. It almost seemed like they came. They came in
my neighbor's dog.
Oh, okay,
sorry.
Because it seemed like they came into that. Does sound like a dog.
It is. That's how he. Yo, no bullshit. Sidebar. When the dog comes out, like when he even gets to the door, the nigga start hollering before they even open the door. It's like he know he about to go outside and have some fun. So he be anyway. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But no, it just seemed like they came up together. They came in. You know, they got put on together, and so I've always kind of thought like producers not really copycats, but you know, if we produce it in the same camp, I'm a take a little bit what you do, and I might add it to my style, and vice versa. So I don't think there's anything wrong with now if I take a whole beat and slap my name on it, and I take a whole, you know what I'm saying, I got a whole run of beats that you made, but because you're even newer to the industry than I am, and I put my name on it, then that's just stealing.
Yeah, I don't think it was saying like stealing, but just like the style of beats. Well, possibly, honestly, it could be like, okay, I'm not a producer, but I hear about how producers take other producers' drums, the drum patterns or stuff like that. So, like using stuff like that, but it's a similarity in the beats.
But if you listen to music nowadays, it all sounds the fucking same.
True shit.
It's that trap beat. So what are we really talking about? Or what is Kanye really talking about?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think he was just mad that he didn't get credit for. He's not getting as much credit in his eyes for his contribution to Blueprint. Me personally, I never heard anybody not crediting him. In fact, all right, so Bink has The Ruler's Back and All I Need. And Blueprint, the actual the outro for the album. But Song Cry is on there, that's Just Blaze. You Don't Know is on there, that's Just Blaze. Oh, okay, I see what he's saying. Girls is Just Blaze. Kanye has Takeover, H to the Izzo, Heart of the City, Never Change.
But all of those had samples. So,
and I think that's what they're all soul sample producers.
Right. So if I'm making a beat off a sample, I gotta try to fit my style to whatever I'm doing, to what I'm sampling. So if it just so happened that I don't know. To me, I don't think it's still, if we in the lab together and we creating, and I got this project and we collaborating, and I borrow your style because it fits what I'm trying to do, I don't see anything wrong with that. Because then if I hand it to you, you may not see the vision. You know what I'm saying? Because not everybody's vision is the same. So yeah, we might be on the same train, but eventually them tracks gonna split. So I don't see anything wrong. I think Kanye is he's off his fucking rocker. Period.
As I'm looking through this track list, I love Heart of the City, but commercially, okay, wait, not even commercial. You Don't Know is a bigger song than Heart of the City. It became a bigger song than Heart of the City, even on some B-side stuff. It's if you're comparing their records on the album to each other, Just Blaze has better records, and more successful records, that stand on their own, So I understand his gripe. I understand it. I get it. It makes sense. The one thing, Nori, bro. Kanye goes, Takeover, you know that, right? Nori. Oh, I didn't know that. Who the fuck did not know that? Who did not know that? And you being an active rapper, which most times what happens with artists, they will hear a song and they say, oh, I want a song just like that. Who's this producer? You can't tell me in 2001 you did not know that Kanye West he plays dumb and then try to blame it on the audience for them being dumb. Like, no, you really you're really an idiot. I'm sorry. Like, it's like, I'm sorry, bro. And that's why I put on Twitter. It's like, bro, this nigga really an idiot because like I keep saying it, like, he's a journalist now.
Right.
But they need to hold him accountable for journalistic things. Mm-hmm. Like knowing things about the people that you are interviewing. Not interrupting people. Them stupid, everybody makes some noise. Just random clips. It throws the person that he's interviewing. Oh, niggas be losing their train of thought all the time and shit. And that's why I probably won't finish the interview. I probably won't. It's hard to get through Drink Champs interviews because if it wasn't for EFN, I can't watch it because EFN plays cleanup all the time. All the time because Nori's dumb. I'm sorry, bro. Like
I got off the Nori train after that Lamar Odom interview.
It was in poor taste.
Yeah.
Poor taste.
I was just like, nah, bro.
It's bro, he's no different than Shade Room and TMZ and stuff. Mm-hmm. It's like, the people want to know. They really don't.
Right.
Like, nobody really cares. Like, and he always makes excuses and shit. But speaking of Blueprint, over the last weekend, Hov was accepted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. There we go. Shout out to Hov. And y'all was clapping for a long ass time. I get it, but anyway, yeah. So I mean, that was really cool. Him and LL Cool J.
Yep. Deservedly so.
Yeah. LL Cool J was inducted by Dr. Dre. He performed with Eminem. Jay was inducted by Dave Chappelle. He did not perform, but he did have a speech and he thanks Dame Dash. Here it is.
Please.
That's not it. Damn.
Like we don't create our own company, you know? That's hip hop. And we created this company called Rockefeller Records. Shout out to Dame. I know we don't see eye to eye, but I can never erase your accomplishments.
Thank you, Jay.
I don't know who that is. Anyway, thank you, Jay.
Right.
But he thanks Dame Dash. That's one thing I admire about him. I don't care what happens behind closed doors. Like, but if you build something with someone, it's no reason why you would tear them down in public eye. And he thanks them. They are in a legal battle right now. And he still finds a way to, just speak highly of what they did. Like, no, I've heard him say, no time nor space removed. Like, it's always going to be the same. Like, what we created is what we created. It just is what it is.
Black Republican.
Yes. Oh, and you broke that down one time a couple years ago to me, and I never thought of it. Would you mind talking about
if you listen to on Wasn't Hip Hop Is Dead, the N album, the N album from Nas. Nas did a song with Jay-Z called Black Republican, and if you listen to Jay-Z's verse, people think that he's speaking randomly about somebody, but he is literally speaking to Dame Dash. And
it is Hip Hop Is Dead.
Oh, Hip Hop Is Dead? Okay. And in the song, he pretty much, I won't say he apologizes, but it's more of like, hey man, let's just bury this hatchet. Like, I appreciate what you did for me to get me to this level. I couldn't have made it without you. Starting from the beginning. So check out Black Republican. And on top of that, the song was monumental because that was right after the Jay-Z Nas beef, Ether Takeover, super ugly. That was the song. And so then when Nas signed to Def Jam and he performed that song with Jay-Z at a concert, like nobody knew.
I Declare War.
Yep. And then it just popped out, and that was the song. At first, everybody was kind of like, "Oh shit!" Like, damn, Nas and Jay-Z buried the hatchet. Then when you listen to Black Republican, and you think that, hey, he's talking to Dame Dash, then you're like, okay,
that wasn't I Declare War that they did. I think they did it on I Declare War is when they came together and did the they did their record separately together.
Oh yeah, you're talking about the one they did
in
that
Jersey.
in Jersey.
Yeah, the other one they did it on like 106 Park or something. But the lyric, he said, on a friend you call best, and yes, it could bring out the enemies in every person, even a good saying. No, that ain't it. Mr. Cars, Jules, Miss Things, jealousy, ego, pride,
and even though
brings,
we practiced,
root of evil strikes again. Now the team got beef between a post and a point. This puts the ring in jeopardy indefinitely.
Yep.
No, that was the end part. It was something about her mom.
Like he said something. Damn, I just had the lyric in my head. Let's see.
Should blame the game, and I could. It's Killer B, kill. How could I refrain? Forever be in debt. Never a good thing. That's never a good thing. To the pressure of success can put a good strain on a friend you call best. Yeah, that was it. Mm-hmm. Though you was nothing more. Okay, huddle over the oven. We was like brothers then. Though you were nothing other than a son of my mother's friend, we had it governing. Who would have thought love would end? Like ice cold albums, all good things. Yeah, that was it. Yeah. So basically, it was like, especially that last part, the team got beef between a post and a point. This puts the rings in jeopardy, which basically
he was talking about Kobe and Shaq. Yeah, that was a Kobe and
post and a point.
A post and a point,
which goes hand in hand with them and Rockefeller, because if they have beef, the dream and the success of Rockefeller cannot occur anymore because we got an issue. Like,
right.
Damn.
Yep.
And that's why this nigga's in the Hall of Fame.
It's the double entendres.
That boy, man.
Yeah.
Like I said, shout out to Hove. Keeping it still Rockefeller. What was that? Over the weekend or last week? Alpo was murdered in Harlem. And Dame Dash has recently came out and said he would like to do a paid in full too. I don't know how.
You gotta let that go, bro.
Yeah, I wouldn't. And it's kind of like why were we doing this now?
Yeah, you know.
If it was more you wanted to put in this story, you should have did it then. I'm not a fan of seeing a sequel to that, because then it's kind of like fictitious. Like, at what are we going to get?
That's like Belly 2.
Yeah.
Belly 2 was horrible.
But you know what? It was terrible. But the thing about Belly 2 was, boy, that was terrible. But why was he fucking Thelma? But anyway, the thing about Belly 2 was they just named it that because Universal owned the rights to it. That's what I was reading. But yeah, there was no reason why the game was even doing that. But
but you know, I think Alpo get murdered because I read the New York Post article, and that shit was wild, man. They was talking about he was in federal protection and his address was in Maine. They stuck him in Maine. Okay. And he ended up, you know what I'm saying, back home, back in Harlem, and it was 3 a.m. Somebody murdered him. And Rich Porter's family, when they found out, they were out in the streets celebrating, popping champagne. I was like, I get it. You know what I'm saying? But I just, Alpo wasn't smart enough to just,
do you think it was a case of him being smart versus being dumb, or him just being him coming to terms with the fact that he might die on these streets?
I think anybody who's living that street life, whatever you doing in the streets, I think at any moment, because like I said, growing up, what, I just remember hearing, if you were black and you're male, you're going to be dead in jail by 18, dead in jail by 21, dead in jail by 25. So I think it comes to a point where if you're out in these streets, like any day that you don't die, is like a bonus. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like, okay, cool. I'm out here. All right. So I don't think it's a surprise as much as like we think it is. You know what I'm saying? He may have felt like he didn't have anything left to contribute to, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. It is very unfortunate, you know. But he was in that life. We got to keep it 100. Let's keep it 100. Let's be real. The man sold drugs in the community. You know, he shot people, murdered people. You know what I'm saying? We glorify the villains. Unfortunately. And not just in the black community, not just in hip hop community, but in society.
Yeah.
So, you know, you can't sit here and say, oh, the community's going to shit. We need to uplift the community. But then we shouting out Alpo for selling drugs to the community and killing people in the community.
Yeah. And, you know, he's known for telling on people. I mean, we're going to be honest. Which brought me to a rabbit hole of finding out more about, out in D.C.
Wayne Perry?
Wayne Perry.
Ooh.
Boy.
True.
Shout out to Wayne Perry.
Them DC streets was, reading that shit. And,
it was wild. It was wild. He caught his first body when he was 11 or 14, I think.
14?
I think it was 11.
I thought it was 14.
I don't know. I read it was a lengthy thread on him. And
Rayful Edmonds.
I actually had the video. It's a video that they did on Rayful Edmonds' life. It's not like my parents' house somewhere. It's a VHS. No, it was definitely a DVD. It was definitely a DVD. I was old then. But it was wild. It was wild.
Yo, them cats in the 90s in the late night, because I moved to Delaware in 99.
You lived in Delaware?
I was in the Air Force.
Oh, yeah. But I know, but like, where'd you?
Yeah, I was in Dover.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I was in Dover for 2 years. And so a lot of cats that I was stationed with were from DC.
Okay.
And bruh, the stories they told coming up out of Southeast.
Shout out to DC.
Shout out to DC. Yeah, a lot of people I knew from Southeast.
Welcome home, Fat Trail. Sorry.
Northeast. And then this is when PG County, like Branch Avenue, Suitland, Temple Hills, Oxon Hills, anything hills in PG County, that's when it was popping.
Yeah, it's definitely the opposite of Baldwin Hills.
They was putting people down in DC. That shit was crazy.
Laying down a murder game, B.
I read books.
Not me. Not me.
But yeah, it was crazy, man. Like that DC shit. And I've done the same thing. That's how I learned the history of LA gangbanging. Just fall into that rabbit hole and you just start clicking and clicking and clicking.
There's one guy on Twitter, he has like a thread for everything, bro. And it was just like, I was reading on, you probably know who it is. It was a kid that got killed in Chicago in the early 90s.
The basketball player.
No, yeah. But the kid that murdered him.
Yes.
I mean, he didn't murder him.
What I forgot to.
But you know what I'm talking about.
Benji.
Yeah.
So the two guys that murdered him, you know, I think they were 13, 14.
Yeah.
And one guy he gives interviews. The other guy didn't. I think he wanted to get away from all of that.
I think it was around the time, but the kid that I was talking about, he ended up getting killed at 11. Damn, yo. Me and my man were talking about it.
I think we're talking about two different things.
They utilized the basketball player in the thread to talk about how bad the streets was in Chicago.
Oh, yeah.
And then it like went into next episode. I don't have time to look it up now, so we definitely going to fact check that really soon because it was very interesting. Yeah.
Chicago is, you know what I'm saying, is I don't know. I will say this. Being in Detroit, because it's like a lot of people that I knew, you know, gangs move. You know what I'm saying? So in the 90s in Detroit, it was a lot of GDs, folks, and then it was gangs from Detroit. I didn't see a lot of it. Like I see the tags, but you know what I'm saying, a lot of the violence I didn't see. And I think for a lot of us, like my family, my cousins, you know, our grandparents, you know what I'm saying, grandparents, parents, my uncles, they worked hard to keep us away from that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We were always in some kind of basketball camp or summer camp, reading camp. We were doing, you know, going places in the summer. So a lot of that stuff we didn't see, and we had a clique of friends. We stuck together. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I will say, but I do have friends or had friends as teenagers, and they was gangbanging, but they didn't bring it
to you,
to me. You know what I'm saying? We was kids. When we got together, we was kids, but I knew when I seen them running out the house and running up the block, I was like, I'm keeping my ass on the porch.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? You know, so but
yeah,
shit was wild.
Yeah. Man, shout out to everybody that's, you know, trying to make it. Trying to make it. So you brought some hip hop artifacts.
Yeah.
Let's see what you got. Let's start with
we're gonna start with the source. This is when Rockefeller was at his height, was at his zenith. We got who's that? Beanie Siegel, Dame Freeway. This was part 1. The part 2 cover had Myth Bleak. Who else?
Cam.
Yep. Yeah, it says 2 of 2. So yeah, the part 1 cover.
You got the good cover.
Yeah. And so this is a Source magazine. This is from September 2002. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so let's dive into that. Let's talk. We've spoken on. I'm sorry. Is spoken with the right?
Yeah.
Okay, we've spoken on. I feel like that's wrong, but we've had a whole episode on 2002. What was, from a fan's perspective, what was Rockefeller's influence on the game in 2002?
It was everything. It was everything, from the clothing, the way you dress when Excuse Me Miss came out. Everybody just was trying to get fresh. You know what I'm saying? It was a rap beat, but he was, you know what I'm saying, rapping to his lady. That's what we all wanted to be. We all wanted to be fresh. We all wanted to drive the Lexus GS 300s, the 2-door, the SC 300s. My neighbor still got a GS 300 in his garage. He pull it out. He pull it out to wash it. That's it. Yep. But Rockefeller was everything. You know, I mean, you had the clothing. You had, you know, Fat Farm. Tommy Hilfiger was big. You had Esco clothing. You had Aquemini clothing. But nothing made you more official than having on some Rockaware.
Yo,
Pele.
Those are good coats. Those are some good clothes. I don't know about.
And I'm gonna tell you how durable Rockaware is.
That you know, nigga.
Hey, you see, I didn't bring it. I still have my Rockaware velour outfit. I'm not putting it in the cleaners because I know that shit gonna disintegrate.
Yeah, they definitely on your ass for that one. So what else is in this issue?
Let's see.
Is that Bruno Mars? That can't be Bruno Mars. Who the fuck is that?
That's God damn it! I listen to his album all the time. East Point's greatest hit.
Cool Breeze. Oh, okay.
That's when he came out with the Calhouns. This is
okay.
after Outkast came out, which I got that down there somewhere. Paul Wall, the Chameleonaire. This is when
this is 2002.
It's 2002. This is an original. Let's see who we got here. So this is when I feel the 5-star rating started to change. For those of you who don't know, the Source used to be the Bible.
Bible hip hop.
If they had a 5 mic rating on an album in the Source, you were getting it hands down, no questions asked. If you didn't have it, you were lame. You were missing out. Like, your friends would stop talking to you if you didn't have whatever 5 mic album the Source had.
When you said that's when you feel like it started to change, what do you mean? What changed?
I think for me, it was when Scarface, The Fix, they gave that 5 mics. I felt like at that point, because I think Scarface had just taken over
Def Jam South.
And thankfully he did that because he put out Ludacris.
Mm-hmm.
And so I feel like once they gave him that 5, I was kind of like, all right, now y'all just handing them out.
Do you not think that was a 5 mic worthy album?
4.5. 4.5.
What stops it from being a 5 mic album?
It was after. Okay, so for comparison, they gave Illmatic got 5 mics. I think the Low End Theory got 5 mics. And so, to me, what makes a 5 mic album is something that is consistently excellent throughout.
Mm-hmm.
On The Fix, after the song he did with Faith,
the
album kind of falls off.
Okay.
So, in my opinion, my humble opinion, I just felt like after The Fix, they were just kind of like, and I think that was after the point Benzino stopped. It was a point where it wasn't Benzino. It was either Elliott Wilson or Benzino. One of them stopped fucking with the Source.
I think it was Elliott.
I think it was Elliott Wilson. Yeah. Around this
Let's
time.
fact check that, Elliott, if we're wrong.
Yeah. But it just seemed like after he left the Source, it just kind of became watered down. Like the whole thing in the Source. And then also, I think they were trying to keep up with Double XL at the same time. And it just, speaking of, here's The Fix. Great fucking album. I still love that album to this day.
Great. Kanye produced on that as well.
Yes.
He produced on that as well.
And, when Scarface said, you make $12, you put 7 away, live off the 5 and never ever fuck with your save. That was $1 million.
No word for gang.
You know what I'm saying?
What else? Is that Angie Martinez?
Angie Mark.
I bought that album.
I did
recently. Like within the last 2 years. Found it.
In the words of Terry Crews on Brooklyn Nine-Nine, why?
I don't know. I know me and Noam pulled up to brunch playing reggaeton, and niggas was looking at us crazy.
You think? Oh yeah, speaking of LL, this is when Cool Mo D had beef with LL.
Oh, that's hip hop history.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
Yeah, I just know To the Break of Dawn and Jack the Ripper. And I know To Break of Dawn, he went at Cool Mo D, MC Hammer, and somebody else. It was 3 verses. Hey, Miss B.
What's up?
Did you get the message?
Oh yeah, and then they talking about tagging in here.
Check your inbox.
They're talking about tagging. So
okay.
The one thing that I love about hip hop history is, and it's unfortunate that a lot of this is getting lost in social media, is what hip hop is. And what hip hop is, what it started as was the elements, which is tagging. We got to talk about that trip to Boston.
Oh, we do. We'll definitely cover that. Let's cover that next week.
Yes.
We're gonna have to do it early in the week because I gotta go to Vegas.
Okay.
Next week.
Oh yeah. I gotta make a run too. But when hip hop started, it was tagging, it was b-boy, it was DJing, and rapping was actually last.
The 5 pillars of hip hop.
It was 4.
Oh, okay.
It was 4. Now I think within the last 10 years, people have added the 5th element of fashion, because fashion is just as it has always been there, but the original elements of hip hop, tagging, b-boying, DJing, and rapping were essential, and nobody talks about that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think people tag anymore. The dancing is just as important. Rapping speaks for itself. DJing doesn't get enough credit.
Mm-hmm.
It never, after 79, it never did.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? People are still scratching out here. You know, one of my favorite songs is Kendrick Lamar on To Pimp a Butterfly and Complexion.
Mm-hmm.
He's got Pete Rock scratching on it.
Pete Rock is an awesome producer, bro.
You know what I'm saying? And that's where I think the producer DJ element is, you know what I'm saying, should be addressed more, you know. But anyway, okay, so that's the source.
What else you got?
I got one of my favorite albums, and this is Tupac's first solo album called Tupacalypse Now. One of my favorite songs on there is called Young Black Male. This is the album with Brenda's Got a Baby.
Mm-hmm.
If my homie calls, Trapped. This is the album he did right before Juice.
Mm-hmm.
This is a tape. This isn't the original tape. I actually found this in Record and Tape Traders.
Okay.
But yeah,
this is a reprint. You sure that's a reprint? Might not even be a reprint.
Yeah, because it says Amaru. That was started after he. Yep.
Yeah.
Although it wouldn't surprise me that I still have the original somewhere buried.
Hip hop history.
And I call these my 88s. You know what I'm saying?
Boy, look like Rick Ross.
all I need is a coonskin cap, look like one of the Fat Boys, and a big satin jacket with some cheap ass
with a big A.
You know what I'm saying? So I got some CDs.
CDs, DVDs.
I definitely look like the
hey, yo, my man.
5 for 10.
That's exactly how you doing it right now. I look like it too.
So I miss this about music.
Mm-hmm.
I miss CD covers, open it up, like just to sit there and look at a song and see who produced what. This is what got me into sampling.
Okay.
Dirty ass glasses. Shit's old as shit. This is what got me into sampling, because I would read the liner notes and see like I would hear a song and I'd be like, okay, I'm into that song. And then come to find out it's a sample of like an old school song that I like. You know, Cam put out one of the greatest songs. Cam was down with Ice Cube and he put out a song called Peace Treaty.
That's the white Cam?
No, this is Black Cam.
Black Cam. Okay.
He was also down with the Nation of Islam when he was.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
We classic Liquid Swords. This is it. This is the original Doggy Style.
Whoa.
Yeah, original. You know what I'm saying, with the cartoon.
Damn.
Yeah, bro. This is original. Had the whole cartoon on the joint.
Jesus.
Yep. And it was always cool to read the shout outs. Yep.
Yeah, I love that shit.
Yep.
And most of the time when they do shout outs, it's always a couple names on there that you didn't realize that contribute to the album, or that they even knew.
Right.
So it's always cool to see that.
Now, this right here is one of my favorite albums of all time. This is the first Jazzmatazz by Guru.
Okay.
And this was a collaboration with Guru and a lot of artists who, like a couple of these names, Roy Ayers. You know that song "Everybody Loves the Sunshine"?
Yeah.
Roy Ayers made that. And he did a song with Donald Byrd. He was a famous trumpet player from the 60s. He did a song with this French rapper named MC Solar.
Okay.
I just remember that was dope because I had never heard rap in another language. And so to hear them going back and forth was dope. Jazzmatazz 2, I didn't really like it, but I got it. Of course I got it. But Jazzmatazz 1 is, India Davenport, she used to sing with the Brand New Heavies.
Okay.
They were a British like funk band. Mm-hmm. They had some dope music. But yeah, this was hip hop and jazz put together. Then I got some CD cases. Now, they don't even, well, this is how we used to get our singles and our remixes. These are CD singles. I got Country Grammar and Got Your Money.
Okay, I want to talk Country Grammar.
Okay.
I seen Nelly's first song. The first song that he had with the Lunatics, and if I'm correct, it was a song that got them signed. And Nelly's flow was way different. It was like a 90s flow.
Okay.
You know what it kind of remind me of? It kind of remind me of like Peter Guns and Lord Tariq kind of flow. It was like na 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 na.
Okay, I got you.
It was like I could tell why Kuda Love took a liking to him. Mm-hmm. Because the style that he was rapping at that particular time that got him signed was of a New York artist. It was like a maze, not a slow flow, but just like the demeanor and the movement and stuff like that. So I really understood that. ODB, I took the opportunity 2 days ago to listen to The Return of 36 Chambers. Mm-hmm. Really good fucking album, bro.
Yeah.
And just from watching the Wu-Tang Saga, I listened to the albums back and listened to production more. Mm-hmm. And the fact that this nigga RZA really produced all these niggas' albums by himself, which goes into have you seen the last episode of the Wu-Tang Saga? Well, all this stuff is history, and nothing's new. Yeah. But apparently, he lost Raekwon's first album, Meth, Inspector Deck, I think ODB, all of them was lost in a flood. So they had to redo all those albums. That's where the last episode ends off. Okay. But I took the liberty of actually reading on it, and it got me to down another rabbit hole. Inspector Deck. Inspector Deck album was finished in 94, but the actual album he had to redo, and it didn't come out till 99. Wow. And he was basically saying like how he pretty much missed the wave. He was the one that took a lot of the he could have had a platinum album too. He said it was a total different album than what he had before.
Okay, that makes sense.
So yeah, you know,
I think a lot of ODB's I won't say antics, but a lot of what he did overshadowed the fact that he could really fucking rap.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. We're gonna save some of them. We're gonna save on some of them.
Okay, let me see.
What we got? We got
Nori, True to the Game.
Ooh. They were just here yesterday.
Yes, November 5th. Bruh.
You would have went?
If it was today, I would have went.
Yeah.
But after going to work,
and
then going to a concert,
I wanted to go. It ain't DC tonight, but I wanted to go, but I didn't feel like it, bro. I was relaxing. You know when my kid and my woman not here, I'll be bored and I don't be feeling like doing shit. Yeah. But yeah, we're going to definitely finish this.
I got hundreds of CDs. So
we'll talk about this off air because I got an idea. I got an idea.
Tell me which one you got. But yeah, I got original CDs. I got if the tapes are around, my mom would know where they are. Mm-hmm. Let's see. I think I still have a VHS tape of videos. Mm-hmm. I love history, you know what I'm saying? And the fact that we're at a point now, because growing up, especially in this country, and this came up, we'll talk about it off air, but growing up, the mindset was, if it ain't white, it ain't right. So what I took that to mean as a kid was white culture. You know what I'm saying? We talking about rock and roll, which even in rock and roll, they only talking about Elvis. Yeah. And then in the night, Elvis, the Rolling Stones, and then the 70s disco era, and then you're talking in the 80s with, you know, Guns N' Roses and Metallica and all that. Rock and roll was started by a black man. You know, never got credit for it until now. But when it comes to hip hop culture, you know what I'm saying? That's what we grew up as. But also being told that your culture is not valid because it's not mainstream. It's not our culture. It's not white. So the music you listen to, the way you dress, how you talk, the mannerisms you learn, you know what I'm saying? These things, it just always made me personally, it always made me feel like, well, if my culture isn't validated, then what the fuck am I doing out here in this world? You know what I'm saying? And I kind of, and that's why I like this platform, not just growing from talking on the mic to being on the camera, because I can show you these things because I got them. And I never kept them because I was always wanting to open up a museum, but just something that our culture has to be, people got to realize, yo, we are here. I'm a black man in the United States of America. I grew up listening to LL Cool J, Jay-Z, Ice Cube, Scarface, K9. You know, I grew up listening to just rap, being a part of hip hop culture. I don't know what the fuck these white people want me to be. I can't be nothing other than me. And so that's why, you know what I'm saying, hip hop, you know, history. My mom always told me, learn your history, because if you know your history, no one can ever tell you a lie. So that's always been my mission, is just to learn as much history as I can, but also learn our history. So when we say for the culture, this is what the fuck we're talking about. For the culture. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to get off my soapbox.
Yo, the historian, hip hop historian, Cousin Al.
See, it's not all the other stuff.
This nigga's an educated porn legend. But yeah, this is wrapping up whatever episode. I'll figure out the number when we do. Any shout outs?
Yes, definitely shout out everybody who, I'm not gonna lie, I'm starting to pay attention to the views, and you'll upload something and it'll be like 8 views, and I'm like, so thank you.
We're getting there.
For everybody, you know what I'm saying, tuning in, paying attention, listening while we talk our shit. You know, always shout out to the pod squad. You know what I'm saying? We like Voltron. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's off on their missions, but we coming back together. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Who else? It's November. Shout out to the indigenous people. You know, fuck Columbus. Fuck Thanksgiving. It's all about friends and family. Bruh, the history of fuck Thanksgiving, man.
I like food.
Oh yeah, I like to eat too, man. But goddamn people gave them. Anyway, I'm not gonna. Yo, cherish your family, love your family. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Big Sis Stacy. We listen, Stacy, Huss. Top of the year, top of the morning, top of the morning, top of the morning, top of the morning. You never heard the Kendrick joint? Let's get this shit. It's actually Baby Keem's song. Anyway, but yeah, top of the year, man. I'm gonna make my way out of Atlanta. We are definitely. We'll figure it out. We'll take this show on the road, and we'll go connect with our family members down in the A. Yo, shout out to Lauren Shit Vegansy. Shout out to It's Predestined Podcast. They have some great episodes over there on their platform. Be sure to check out their the IG page for It's Predestined Podcast and Shit Vegans Eat.
I think they laugh more than we do.
Bro, they are insane. Fucking insane, bro. And Lauren is raw form over there. Niggas start reading a tweet, and her guest appearance over here is wild. But yeah, shout out to Jabrosa, all caps.
Also Juice Rest.
Yeah, you got it right. You remember the last time I fucked it up? They didn't know because I edited it. But shout out to our boy. Shout out to Miss B. Let's see. Where's it at? Miss B, we would like to have you on a part of the Friendsgiving. I don't know if you've seen the inbox. I'm sorry, people. I'm talking to my IG live at the moment. I apologize. But yes, shout out to everybody, man. We really do appreciate y'all. We back on board. We ended the year off strong, starting the top of the year off correct. Episode after episode, content after content. It's 3 different things. You got this. You have the main Baltimore County Forever Podcast behind me. We have that, the main episodes of that. We also have Read 'em and Tweet, and we also have the Laptop Chronicles. So for the most part, that nigga's wild. But for the most part, you essentially get 3 different podcast series on one YouTube channel. So please check it out. Nothing's changed. I'm still a fucking genius. Baltimore. You passing my shit?
Oh, you slipping.
My bad. I'm wilding. Damn, son.
Get it together.
Damn. Baltimore. Damn. Can you get it? Baltimore County fucking forever. I would play the siren, but they probably try to evict me or some shit like that.